Now let's take a brief glance at the needs of the individual. And there's quite a few models available. Hertzberg, McLennan, Locke, Adam, Elderfer, and others. But probably the most commonly known is Maslow's hierarchy of needs, published in 1943. And the cry, give us something new. Well, there's nothing new with the human race. With technology, yes, there's something new every day. But with human nature, there has been no change in their psychological makeup from even before biblical times. There's still a need for survival, for possessions, for human company, power, joy, recognition. And what you've got to do with the team is to learn to manage them in terms of these characteristics. That's the trick. Abraham Maslow provided the basis. It's simple and it's easy to understand. It's accurate. And above all, it stood the test of time. He describes the various levels of requirements in any human, ranging from the strongest basic essentials for survival to the peak of development. And firstly, physiological necessities. These are the basics of life. We must breathe, we must eat, we must drink, we must sleep. Next, we seek safety and establish measures to protect ourselves, protect our families, our health, our surrounds, our properties. Once we are secure, we then lean towards acceptance by the human race. We develop social networks, we develop friends. Following on from this, acceptance by our peers gives us esteem, it gives us confidence, gives us self-respect. And the achievement in our lives leads to recognition and provides this all-important status. And finally, we climb to the ultimate peak where we enjoy self-actualization, our growth, our accomplishment, and our personal development. Also be aware that if our basic strongest needs are threatened, which is physiological and safety, we jump down the steps to defend. You do not worry about status if you're starving. And Betsy Beautiful, our international rock star, having just survived the tsunami, is unlikely to be worried whether her makeup pouch is under the rubble or floating on the tidal wave. Our senses are wound up to the highest state of self-preservation, and all the higher values fade away. And this is why leading men into battle has got to be such a specialized touch. Your safety, your very survival are under fire, literally under fire. And an elevated level of training, discipline, belief in your mission, and an unshakable sense of duty and loyalty are the foundations to motivating soldiers forward into the conflict. And back to the workplace, you will always encounter resistance if you threaten people's security, health, salary, working conditions. These are their strongest needs. Also, the lower you are pushed down the rungs, the more your true character shows. Anger is just one case in point. And for example, you might have an operator on the floor whose wife and young family reside in a high crime area. You are not going to be engulfed with gratitude if you continually put him on night shift when most of the crime occurs. And you might not even be aware of the situation. Now, this is where your leadership and communication skills must come to the fore. Find out all about your staff and their concerns. Be aware of their backgrounds and their actual needs. And when I say actual needs, not your perception of what their needs should be, their actual needs. As a couple of examples, if someone is abnormally shy and lacks social skills, assign a mentor or someone in the staff to befriend them, to talk to them, gain their trust, and to get them to that level 3. Or if someone is lacking in self-esteem or confidence, help them to achieve by walking them through the more difficult tasks. And the more you know about your team, the stronger your position, and they respect you for this. On the other side also, be alert to the fact that a satisfied need ceases to motivate. But let's take the example of a professional golfer who has won gold for the last 10 years or so. You're going to find that he or she is not normally as motivated as much as a young challenger anxious to taste that cup. Likewise, you're going to find that many top executives having acquired great wealth are no longer motivated by money. They've got enough. Power is now their driving factor, and so they move up a rung.